let's talk about Athing Mo, Gordon. 50-52, her 400-meter PB. The collegiate record and the American record held by Kendall Ellis, 50.34. This track is certainly quick. I think she's going to get this mark. We talked about why the decision around the 400 instead of the 800 makes sense. She could end her first season in college with the collegiate record in the 800 and the 400, and also have a national title in the 400 and the 4x4. It doesn't get much better than that. What do you expect to see from Athing Mo this weekend?
And the collegiate record in the 4x4. Remember, she has that too.
Yeah, I think she's going to break the collegiate record in the 400 this weekend.
The only thing I would say is that could screw her up is when she did run her 50.52, was it 52?
Mm-hmm.
It's a different scenario where, you knew she was the best in the field, so she kind of had a clear pathway to that break. So it's basically just her and the track and the clock. There could be a situation where she's in that 400-meter final and there's just a really fast 200-meter opener in that race, and they kind of can cut her off, and she doesn't really have a clean break to the 200-meter mark. One argument, I mean, this is wild. Part of me thinks the Athing Mo should try to sandbag the prelim to try to get in the slow section of the final so that she can guarantee that she can kind of just dominate the slow section and kind of just time trial it. That's my hot take. You don't want to risk that, but she might be better off being the 5th seed than the 1 seed in the final.
She has a seed time that's more than a half a second clear of the second fastest person. But you're right. Some people are really, really quick starters in the 200, which can cause trouble at the break. The number 2 seed, Talitha Diggs, is also a freshman, so this will be her first chance at an NCAA championship. I think there's been a lot of people, if you go back in NCAA indoor history, who would have benefited from being the 5 seed in this event as opposed to being the 1 seed. I get seeing your competition and wanting to know exactly where they're at, but a lot can go wrong. And if you're talking about Mo just being head and shoulders the best 400-meter runner in the NCAA right now, the only way she loses is if something weird happens, and weird things happen when there's a bunch of people crowded around you on a banked 200-meter indoor track. So yeah, if she could get into a heat where she's going to be so far ahead of everybody else in the first 200, that might help. That's a good point.